I'm Rochelle Hunter, Director of Racial, Ethnic, and Women's Ministries and Presbyterian Women. Welcome to the All Women in the Church website. In the Racial, Ethnic, and Women's Ministries Presbyterian Women Ministry area, we're excited about opportunities like this to introduce you to our Women's Leadership Development Ministry as we strive to equip leaders to serve the church in fresh and innovative ways. In this ministry area, we're called to engage the church in its mission to become more diverse and inclusive of all racial, ethnic, cultural, and language groups, and to equip women for leadership in all ministries of the church. I'm especially excited to share with you our newest initiative, Leadership Institutes. The first Racial Ethnic Clergy Women's Leadership Institute identified, equipped, and connected racial ethnic clergy women for service in executive and senior level positions. Second, the Clergy Women's Leadership Institute at the Big Tent. And third, the African American Executive Leadership Seminar. We initially focused specifically on racial ethnic clergy women, identifying them as a group who could provide diverse and fresh leadership in our church. We've also offered networking and leadership development to elders and commissioned lay pastors. In a moment, you'll hear from women who participated in the Racial Ethnic Clergy Women's Leadership Institute. I look forward to your meeting these women. I can't wait to see the significant contributions they'll make as they assume even greater leadership positions in our church as it changes to reflect an ever-changing world.
For me, the most significant factor in my sense of call to ministry was just simply that the church in Richmond, Kentucky, in which we were the only Asian family, was a very nurturing community of faith. They saw gifts in me, and they communicated what they saw to me to let me know that they would be really excited for me to go into ministry. And I always felt that.
What next after my presentation? Get to the women and connect. Network, get resources, get people around you, and also reach out and be reached out to. And that's been happening all through as we are going through this institute. And I see this as something that will continue to grow. We are hearing stories of people who are doing this thing, and just knowing that there are people that I can call upon and also refer other people that I will encounter in my area when I go back. And I can tell them, I know so-and-so has this experience you can talk to. I want many of these women to come to my church to and visit and interact with other people so they can feel at least a sense of what I'll be telling them when I go back, because I'm so fired up to share this experience that's so life-changing for me.
When I came to United States, I just found a way of pursuing my call in the Presbyterian Church that had, the perspective that I was hoping for in accepting the ordination of women. And then I felt home that I would have, the opportunity to serve God in a ways that I was hoping for many years ago.
When I was 9 years old was when our congregation called our first female pastor. Lois Goodman was our first associate pastor. And so from that time, it just seemed natural to see women in ministry. And I didn't really blink an eye and thought, oh, okay, that's another possibility.
God has called us into the Presbyterian Church in a country, in a nation, in a time that's rapidly changing. And one of the most significant changes that we're undergoing is the changing role of women and the changing demographics of the country and our communities. And whether you're talking about new church development or leading large and established churches or starting a ministry or advocating for justice or any number of ministries that we're engaged in as a church, it always comes back to leadership. Leadership, leadership, leadership. And leadership, one of the challenges we've had at the national levels has been to be able to identify a diverse pool of candidates for roles and responsibilities be they elected roles or be they in senior staff roles. And the challenge of that is in part that we haven't, I think, paid as much attention as we need to identifying people early in their careers, bringing them into the church, bringing them into leadership, connecting them with each other so that they have learned from each other and have support networks of each other so that they can grow and take on ever increasingly different and more responsibilities and therefore prepare for leadership.
I pray that you are as inspired and hopeful as I am in hearing how these women are transforming the Presbyterian Church USA, even as they themselves are transformed. God has appointed in the church first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, then deeds of power, then gifts of healing, forms of assistance, forms of leadership. Thanks for watching. And keep on watching as these and other women guide and lead in the Church of Jesus Christ.